It is a Tuesday morning, the first day of my work week, and I am feeling haggard. I am so tired. I woke up at 4, spent the first hour of my day scrolling on TikTok because we just had a ton of flooding in Wisconsin. This is the week after the weekend of flooding, and it was an insane weekend. We had flooding in our basement. Thankfully, it was not too bad or anything like that, and nothing of a lot of value was destroyed or anything like that, but I just feel like I've lived 100 lives since my last day at work. I'm setting a rule for myself for the rest of the week that I will not be going on any kind of social media when I wake up in the morning. I don't want to even touch my phone unless I'm putting on a podcast or something until an hour or more after I wake up. So I'm setting that rule right now for the rest of the week and potentially the rest of my life, okay? But I have made my coffee. I usually do my skincare and my hair and everything before, and then I come down and my coffee is my reward. But I forgot my eye drops down here, and my eyes are so goopy and gross because of my allergies. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to wear my contacts today, so I just needed my eye drops. So we switched things around a little bit today, but I thought it would be fun to just kind of take you throughout a week in my life while I work my quote-unquote 9 to 5, which is not really 9 to 5. My schedule fluctuates depending on the day. I work 4/10s. I'm a full-time physical therapist, if you didn't know. I primarily specialize in neuro. So I see a lot of stroke patients, Parkinson's, MS, traumatic brain injury, balance, stuff like that, gait disturbances, and then I do see the occasional orthopedic. So, yeah, my schedule on Tuesdays is that I work from 8 to 6:15, 6:30. On Wednesdays and Fridays, I work 6:30 in the morning to 5 p.m. and then Thursdays is 7:15 to 5:30-ish. So, yeah, it's great. I love my job. I usually don't ever dread going into the office. I feel really lucky that I am in a position where I enjoy my job and I don't dread waking up every morning and going to work. I will say there have been many periods of burnout, especially when you're just working with a patient-facing job your entire day. It does get kind of exhausting, and I'm saying that as an introvert, so I'm sure other people have a different experience than that, but I really by and large love what I do, and I don't ever foresee myself stopping working. So yeah. Anywho, I made my protein coffee this morning. I just did the vanilla Clean Simple Eats protein powder, and then I added the caramel cheesecake skinny syrup. They're the sugar-free syrups, and then I did add a little bit of the caramel drizzle as well because I was just feeling like I needed it. The other thing I wanted to mention was if you are a Fairlife girly, okay, if you love the Fairlife milk, Aldi has essentially the exact same thing for half the price. This is the Friendly Farms 2% reduced fat ultra filtered milk. I am lactose intolerant, but I can handle cottage cheese, yogurt, ultra filtered milk, and I think honestly I don't even know if I would be classified as lactose intolerant anymore because I really don't feel like I get a lot of irritation from it anymore. But I grew up my whole life not drinking milk, and so I don't even like the taste of milk, like just by itself. But for whatever reason, this like ultra filtered milk has allowed me to drink milk. Like I don't hate the taste of it. I think it tastes just like, I don't know, normal, like like any of the other milk. I grew up drinking rice milk and almond milk my whole life, so I tried converting to regular milk because of the protein content, and my calcium has a tendency to be a little bit on the low side. So yeah, this stuff has like just changed the game for me. I freaking love it. It's 14 grams of protein, does not irritate my stomach, and it's literally half the price of the Fairlife milk, and it's the exact same thing. I'm not hungry in the mornings before I go to work, so I generally try to pack something that I can just eat really quickly on the go. These are peach overnight oats with chia seeds. I got the recipe from Jenna Eats Good on Instagram. She has her own website too, and it's freaking delicious. It is so, so, so good. I plan on just eating half of this for my breakfast, and then I can eat half of it tomorrow. And then for my lunch, I made this last week, but I still have this one left over. So this is rice, cauliflower rice, fresh corn, and then I have some like pesto or basil pesto meatballs that are in there. Those are the ones from Costco that are the Amy Lou brand. I freaking love those too. For whatever reason, I just had a feeling that I'm not going to want my overnight oats. So I'm bringing a cheese stick and a hard-boiled egg pack just in case I don't feel like I want my overnight oats. My work environment is a lovely environment, okay? But we have a lot of food, and we get a lot of food from patients. We have like a candy drawer. People bring stuff in all the time. So it's like, it's really easy to just kind of pick throughout the day and like overeat there. So I'm trying to be more intentional about packing options in case we want it to be held. In case what I actually like pack is not sounding good for me, so that I'm not reaching for something that's more unhealthy. Our house is kind of in a semi-chaotic state because of everything that's been going on with the storms. We had to bring a bunch of stuff up from the basement. I had to like move some stuff into the garage. So we were like really lucky, like I said before, because the only problem that we had was because of the city. Like we didn't get flooding because of like the foundation of our house or anything like that. We got like the tiniest little bit of bubbling up from the floor because the foundation and the like surrounding area, the ground is just like so saturated. But we like otherwise wouldn't have had any flooding, but our storm drain started overflowing, like gushing water out because the storm drains were just so backed up. So it was going into everybody's house. I think that's why at least the majority of my neighborhood got flooded like that. Other neighborhoods got flooded just because of like the pure amount of water was just like seeping into their house through the doors and stuff. But anyways, I feel like like I said, I just survived like 10 lives since my last day at work. But I think I'm gonna add, I've been really trying to eat more of like a Mediterranean diet, especially like while I'm on Zepbound, to really just maximize the effects of my weight loss. I have still lost 12 pounds, so it's great. I'm like super excited about it. I already feel totally different. So next thing I need is my CPAP so that I can actually start sleeping and breathing, which I do have my CPAP appointment or like my fitting for it on Monday. So I'm super excited about that. But anyways, back to the Mediterranean diet. I think I'm gonna add some nuts to this because they're just filling and they're healthy for you. So I'm gonna do some macadamia nuts. This is perfect. It's like a sweet and salty treat. It literally just started downpouring. Okay, I am back home from work. That was a very long day, but it went by fast, so that's good. I had no cancellations, so it was just like back to back to back, and we're fine. I got my book of the month box yesterday, and I wanted to show you guys my books that I got. So if you don't know, I'm like a big reader. I love reading. I love audiobooks. I love physical copies. I love digital copies. And a couple months ago, it was like towards the beginning of the year, I started subscribing to Book of the Month because I saw a lot of people talking about it. I was completely influenced by Book of the Month from just watching like BookTube and stuff like that, because I love consuming BookTube. I love it. So I tried it out and I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much. So I am now to the tier, ooh, that's dark, where you can get 5 books. You have to like work your way up, or have like, you have to work your way up / subscribe and get a box like for, I think it's like 3 months. And then you can get more books every month at a discounted rate. And I think you can get up to 5. At least that's what I'm at now. I don't know. I don't think there's anything higher than 5. But I fully take advantage of it every month. Or I have ever since I've unlocked being able to get 5. So I just wanted to show you guys. Let me find a good spot to put the camera. This is not sponsored or anything. Like, I wish I was sponsored by Book of the Month. That would be so freaking amazing. But for my like actual Book of the Month, I got this one. It's called Immortal Consequences. I don't even know what it's about. I didn't even know this book was coming out, but it has sprayed edges, and I am a sucker for sprayed edges. Okay, next one. This was on last week's Book of the Month, or last month's Book of the Month selection, I think, but it's called Maggie, or A Man and a Woman Walk into a Bar, and it's about a woman who's going through a divorce, who then also gets diagnosed with cancer. Next one is Forget Me Not by Stacey Willingham. I was definitely in like a thriller mystery type mood when I picked out my books for this month. When We Were Bright and Beautiful by Gillian Meadoff is the next one. I think this one's another thriller. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Oh, just kidding, it is. Okay. The last one I got is called The Compound by Aisling Rawle, I think is how you say it. I have heard so many things about this book. Basically, it's about this group of people who wake up in a desert compound, and they're like contestants on a TV show, so it's giving like Bachelor. But then you have to win, and in order to win, you have to outlast your housemates while competing in competitions. It's giving me Maze Runner vibes. I just made the bed all by myself. I feel like I should get an award. No one tells you how heavy it is to lift a mattress. It's a lot of work. Anyways, I did that because Mia decided that she was stressed and anxious while I was in the shower, and she needed a place to pee. So she decided to pee on the comforter. Thankfully, I caught it in time, so it did saturate the comforter and the sheet, but not the little mattress protector. So I'm like, it's almost 8 o'clock already. I still have not eaten dinner, and I haven't read a book. So all plans of doing anything that I had set are not being done, besides showering. But I did want to change the sheets because they needed to be changed. It was time for a fresh pair. filmed in the wrong setting and has no audio, and also might be in slow motion. Anyways, what I was saying before, it's Tuesday morning. It's not Tuesday morning, it's Thursday morning. I'm getting ready for work, and I have no idea if I'm gonna do like a voiceover for this or not, where my footage was like destroyed. But I was saying that I went on the scale this morning and I have lost another pound. So I'm super excited about that. I feel like I was kind of stuck at 10 pounds. Well, the entirety. I feel like I was kind of stuck at 10 pounds for like 2 weeks, and then I was able to lose 13 pounds. So like, I'm pretty pumped about that. But I woke up feeling super tired, and I'm slowly reviving myself. It's officially the end of the work week. It is Friday night after work. Today was not a typical kind of Friday for me because I actually only worked a half day, and then we had a wedding to go to in the afternoon, which was super fun, and it was great. Now I am just uber exhausted. So a typical 9 to 5 for me is not really a typical 9 to 5 for most people because I work 4/10s. I also live 40 minutes from my job, so my commute is pretty extensive during my day. But I hope you got a little bit of insight into kind of what a typical week in my life when I'm working looks like. I love watching these videos. I just love watching people kind of conquer their life outside of work. I think it's so interesting and something that personally I am trying to get better at. I think what I want to do with this series, because I do want to make it a series, one thing that I'm just kind of really trying to do in my life right now is challenge myself, because I finally have answers to all of the health stuff that's been going on throughout the last 4 years, and I finally feel like I can start to set some more, intense or higher goals, if you will, for myself. And I stopped doing that for the last 4 years because I just felt like it was too much. I felt like I had all of these high ambitions and these goals, and then every week or every month I wasn't meeting them, and it just was really discouraging. So I stopped setting them in the first place, and I've just kind of been experimenting with it this week. Come on. I'm on the stairs and Mia wants to come up with me. Come here. Come on, girlie. Come on. So I've just kind of been experimenting this week because I got inspired by another YouTuber who I watch. Her name is Rebecca Joy, and she also does like 9 to 5 videos, just of her corporate job. So she inspired me because she does so much in her day apart from her work. And granted, she does work like a typical 9 to 5, so there's a little bit more time, and sometimes she works from home. So it's not exactly like my life, but I think that's why I wanted to share my perspective on like a quote unquote 9 to 5, because mine is very different, and I don't feel like I always have a lot of time to dedicate to doing other stuff on the days that I work, because I'm just so tired and I feel like I come home and I have no time. But that's not true. Like, I do have time. I'm just not using it wisely. Like, I'm just not using it in a productive manner when I am coming home. And part of that, again, is just because I am tired, and so I just like really get drained and I want to go to bed. But this week I challenged myself to start making more to-do lists and to start just trying to add like little tasks at the end of my day that, one, make me happy, because that's really important, and two, are like gratifying or satisfying to my life. I don't want to be adding things that are causing me stress, because I have enough of that during my work week. Like, I don't need to be adding things. I need to be adding things that are like fulfilling to my life that I feel like I wish I had more time to do. So yeah, I did that this week and I felt great. But again, I'm hoping like once I get my CPAP and I just kind of generally start to feel better, that I can do more of this and I can share it and I can hopefully like, one, just share my journey with you guys, but also kind of inspire you to try to do more with your life just outside of your work, because we're all so much more than our work. Like, obviously my job is a huge part of me and who I am as a person and my day-to-day life, but I am so much more than just a physical therapist, and I want to not like lose the other parts of me, even though I'm passionate about my career as a woman. You know, I feel like it's so easy for people who have, you know, careers and who've invested a lot of their time and money into a career, or even just like a job that you're really passionate about. It doesn't even have to be like a quote unquote career. Like, it doesn't have to be some kind of post-grad job or something like that, but just you invest so much time in your work, right? Like, we invest so much time of our life into our work, but we're not just our work. Like, we're all so much more complex and so much more amazing than just our work, and we shouldn't just be our work. Like, that's not healthy. That's not the energy that we want to be bringing into our future. At least for me, I don't want to do that. I love my job and I love my job while I'm at my job, but when I'm home, I don't want to be thinking about my job, and I don't want to be like focusing only on my job. I want to nourish the other parts of myself that I have neglected, if that makes sense. So that's what we're doing for the rest of 2025. We are nourishing the parts of our soul, of our bodies, of our minds, of our spirits that have just been neglected. So I'm hoping that these 9 to 5 diaries, or these 9 to 5 episodes, help with that and help inspire you with that. So anyways, I'm going to close out the video here. I hope you guys had an amazing work week. And I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. And if you're in the middle of your week, power through, okay? You're almost there. Even if it's a Monday, you know, just power through. Tuesdays are always better than Mondays. You can do this, okay? Just take it one day at a time. And plan something for yourself to do at the end of your workday that you've been wanting to do, whether that's bullet journaling, doing a puzzle, watching a show, reading a book, listening to a podcast, watching YouTube, doing some kind of like secondary work, like whatever you need to do to bring you joy at the end of your workday. Please do it for yourself, because you deserve it. Okay? I love you guys, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.